All right, folks. A little bit different stream for today. We're gonna be doing a MRE eating. So I bought a bunch of MREs. This is actually the third time I've bought MREs. And I thought, you know what? I really enjoy watching MRE videos on YouTube. I really enjoy watching them a lot. So I thought, you know what? What the hell? Let's try giving this a shot and seeing, hey, what's in here? What's going on? Streaming it? I don't know. This is something you're interested in watching, but I'm hungry and I've got an MRE here. I bought a whole bunch actually. I've got this one here. This is what menu 2 vegetable crumbles. I've got let's see, menu 4 spaghetti with beef and sauce. This one's actually supposed to be really, really, really good. I've watched other people review this, and they've said this one's really, really fantastic. So, looking forward to getting this one. This one here. This is menu 6 beef taco filling. I've actually had this one before. It's actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So, looking forward to having this one again. And then this one here is the last one that I got. This is menu number 15, Mexican style chicken stew. I have not had this one yet, so I am looking forward to getting it. It does feel like it might be a little old. And let's see if we have a date on this one. Don't see it. Unless I'm missing it. I don't. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's very faint. It is. Oh, this one's actually relatively new. This one's the 35th day of 2000. No, that can't be right. 35th day of 2006. That's what I'm reading here. 6 can't be 2026. Oh, 2016. 2016. So this one's almost 9 years old. This one I'm actually looking forward to. Hopefully it's not spoiled. Damage on it. The vegetable crumbles. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Looks like we have some damage. But everything else is sealed in retort pouches, so that should not be a problem. But we'll have to be careful of that. Let's see, this one is again 35th day of either 2021 or I would say it's probably 2021 and not 2011. But anyway, what we have today, what I'm going to eat today is menu number 8. So this is meatballs and marinara sauce. I have not had this before. I remember, have I had this one before? Somehow I think I have had this one before, but I don't remember. This one was packaged. Let's see if you can see this. So this one was packaged the 35th day, and I'm gonna say 2022 and not 2012. But that's the 2. So the first 3 numbers are the day of the year. So it could be like, if it was 135, it'd be 135th day. And then the last one is the year. So that's how you can tell what year MRE you got. And what we have out here is, so we have a blender bottle. This is what I use for all of the powders. So as we take the stuff out of the package, they'll come in these like sleeves that have powder in them. So it's like a powdered drink, right? So you take that and you put it in here, and then you pour the water in, and then you put the cap. This cap goes on here. This gets closed. You shake it. You'll see when I get into that. But that's how I make the powdered drinks. It has this like mixer ball thing. You can see in there. And that allows you to really mix it up and get it mixed well. So we'll go ahead and just leave that there for now. We have our room temperature water. So this is slightly warm room temperature water. I use this for the FRH, which is a flameless ration heater. We'll get into that once we get into the MRE. I'll explain what that is and how to use that. Then we have our jug of water. So then this, of course, is bottled water, spring water you get from the store. And we use this for all the drinks and things like that. So all the powdered drinks, anything that needs to be rehydrated. MREs do not generally need to be rehydrated. So the food that comes in it is packaged fresh in a retort pouch. So it's not like your camping MREs where you have to go and then it's all freeze dried and then you have to pour the liquid into it. These are all ready to eat exactly the way they are. You don't need to rehydrate them. Generally speaking, the only things that you need to rehydrate are the powdered drinks. Let's see what else we have. Just 2 plates. I put these out here. These are just plastic plates. Everything you need to eat one of these comes inside the package. Everything down to the MRE spoon, the moist towelettes, pretty much everything you need. The only thing that you really need to add when you're eating an MRE are is the water. So they will have canteens. So I would assume that soldiers, they have their canteens. Their canteens have the water in it, and that's what they use then to make the drinks that are inside these pouches. Okay, so MRE. So this is what the MRE package looks like. So up here you see MRE. MRE stands for meal ready to eat. This is an individual meal, which means that it is for one person. It's one meal for one person. That's what it says. I don't know if you can see that. Meal ready to eat, individual. So it's an individual meal. The menu number is here, as well as here. So this is menu number 8, meatballs and marinara sauce. This is a DOD item, so it does have the seal of the Department of Defense, United States of America. Additional items on here that are kind of interesting is this here. U.S. government property, commercial resale is unlawful. So buying these and then reselling them, I don't believe is against the law. It is, I guess if you like tried to steal these, or you were a soldier and you were trying to like put them in your backpack or something like that and then trying to resell them on eBay, you'd probably get into trouble. But generally speaking, I don't believe, and anyone in chat, if you're here, you could absolutely correct me if I'm wrong, but it is not illegal to sell surplus MREs. There is a flameless ration here. That is what FRH is, I mentioned earlier, where we have this water here for. Flameless ration heaters use a chemical reaction with the water. I believe it takes the oxygen out of the water and then uses it to create some sort of a chemical reaction with iron chips or something. I'm not an expert on it, but that's kind of what goes on. Anyway, you put water in, it generates heat. Obviously, they do not want you taking those on a commercial airplane. The big problem with it is it gives off hydrogen, which displaces oxygen and could cause people to suffocate. You're not supposed to use those in any kind of enclosed place. In here, in this room that I'm in here now, I do have a window open. I also have a fan running, and I have the doors open. So plenty of ventilation in here. prevent me from suffocating or any kind of issues with the FRH. But we will actually use the FRH that's in here. Backside, nothing. Sides, nothing. Bottom, nothing. Not sure what these two boxes here are for. These are supposed to be like some sort of tag as it's going through an assembly line. Not quite sure. And then you have your date code here stamped into the plastic. MREs are not self-open, but they are meant to be opened by hand. You do not need to cut them. You do not need to use a knife across them. This one I have already opened, but what you would do is this would be open like this. You would grab it and then pull it apart, and it'll open up to a pouch like this. So this is kind of what it looks like after it's been opened. Kind of see that? And then inside, what you can see is you have a sealed pouch. Take that out. And this would actually be very useful, I would assume, for soldiers. You could use this as a trash bag. You could use this to put any kind of like leftovers or anything you might have. You could put it in here, I would assume. So that's what that is. I use it as a garbage bag, so I'll put this off to the kind of the side. And then as I'm consuming the pouches that are in here, the pouches generally sometimes will have sauce or they'll have some kind of like watery liquid in it from whatever food was in it. I can then put that in here to prevent it from getting all over the place, right? So that's kind of what that's. So we'll just go ahead and place that over there. And here you go. So vacuum sealed, really tight, prevents any water, bugs, moisture, any kind of thing, getting dirt, getting into these things. If the outer package is somehow compromised, right off the bat, you can see that this is probably the main. The word main is referring to it as main means that it is the main item, right? So in this particular one, it's meatballs and marinara sauce. So that's what's going to be on the top there. This bag in here, you can see this is your water bag for the FRH. We won't use that. I'll show you how to use the FRH without that measuring bag. But generally, this is kind of what it looks like. It's all sealed in here really, really tight. And that'll just conserve space in your backpack or your, your prepper storage. If you're a prepper, you could actually, I mean, really, if you think about it, you could take them out of this bag here and, discard this bag or use it as for something else, perhaps rubber band it up into storage bags to keep. And then these things are sealed, right? So you could take a Sharpie, you could write on here, say, meatballs, marinara sauce, the blah, blah, blah day of blah, blah, blah year. And then you could pack these much more tight into, say, a crate in your prepper dungeon or prepper chamber or whatever that you've got. Or if you're camping, this is plenty good enough right here. You could take them out of that pouch. You could put them, same thing, right on here, what it is, and then stick it in your backpack. So as you can see, these are extremely dense, very well packed. So that's kind of what it looks like. This particular package, again, everything is supposed to be able to open without the use of any kind of knives or scissors. There are perforations, you can see here. So these are perforations here that you could then pull apart. I've had mixed luck with that. Sometimes I can rip these things open with no problem at all, and other times I'm literally tearing my fingers apart trying to get this open. So don't judge me here, chat, as I go and I try to get this open, because I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna be able to get this open the first try. But we will do our best. Yeah, there we go. So ripped it open from a notch and then just give it a pull and it opens right up. Okay, so let's get our contents out. So first off, we have the main. So there's the main. So you can see marinara sauce with meatballs. That's what's in here. So this is your main. This is actually what you're going to heat up. This is going to go into the FRH, and you're going to warm this up. because of course you don't want to eat cold meal. So that's the first thing. Okay, this is your heating sleeves, heating card. I don't know what they call it, what the official word for this is. Not 100% sure. But anyway, what this does, and I'll demonstrate it later when we actually get into the FRH, but your flameless ration heater, your FRH, with the pouch in it, goes into here. So that keeps it sealed. Because again, there's a chemical reaction going on, there's steam, there's very, very hot water. You don't want that spilling and burning somebody. So they make this pouch that you can stick the FRH in here with the flap sealed, and then that props up. But like I said, we'll demonstrate that when we get into it, but I kind of want to just walk through. Oh, the nutritional information is contained on this card here for your main. So you can see that here. I'm not going to read through it all. You're welcome to read through it. You can pause and see, but you can see the main is 270 calories, 120 calories from fat, 45 milligrams of cholesterol. So if you're on a high cholesterol or a low cholesterol diet, I mean, this isn't definitely something you'd probably want to be eating. If you're on a low sodium diet, definitely not something that you're going to want to eat. 1,130 milligrams of sodium, salt, 47% of your whole daily allowance just in one meal. Again, these are made for people who are physically exerting themselves. So they're losing a lot of salt, a lot of electrolytes in their sweat as they're running and doing all the different things that they're doing the different day. They're usually in full uniforms. Sometimes it can be very hot. They're sweating a lot. They're losing a lot of electrolytes. That is why I suspect, my opinion, why you'll see a lot of sodium in these particular items. Vitamin A, vitamin C, as you can see, 40%. You got iron in there, but generally very good for you. Again, an MRE is one meal for a person, for one person per day. That's what this is. So it should have all of the calories, nutrients, vitamins, minerals that a person who is physically exerting themselves in a battlefield situation would need in one day. Generally speaking, now I am a 50-year-old, I'm going on 50. I'm a 49-year-old, 6-foot male. So I can consume quite a bit of calories. This thing generally is way more food than I could eat in one meal. I can sometimes get through them, but most of the time there is more food in here than I'm comfortable eating in one sitting. So I'll kind of have some leftovers, put them to the side, then have them as excuse me, have them as snacks throughout the day, which could be the intention, right? You don't necessarily have to eat everything in here, especially there's some like there's different kind of like food bars and things that will be in here, and those could go in their backpacks and stuff like that, so they can have that later on through the day. All right. Allergies are getting my voice here. Oh, this is actually really good. I've had this before. This is really good. So this is cheese spread with jalapenos. So it's like I guess the best way to describe it is kind of like Velveeta, and it's got jalapenos in it. I believe it has real jalapenos in it. Cheddar cheese, milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, butter. Yes. Jalapeno peppers. See that right there. So it does actually have real jalapenos in it, not jalapeno. Jalapeno flavoring, right? One thing with these is they've been sitting for a while, obviously, so they need to be kneaded. So what you do, it actually will say it on here. Yes. You'll see it right there. Knead package before opening. What that means is that you just kind of mush it before you open it. These packages are very, very durable. they usually take a little bit of effort to get them open, so you don't have to necessarily worry about squeezing it and then it just going all over the place. However, I wouldn't, I mean, don't gorilla it, but just kind of give it a nice little kneading here. It's kind of what you do, something like this. Okay. Now, here's a little trick I learned from watching YouTubers online like Steve1989 and other MRE review people, is that you could take this and you can put it in the FRH and warm this up. I've done that with this particular one before. The problem with that is that it separates the oils from the cheese that's in here, and it becomes kind of this like gooey, oily mess. So I don't recommend it. However, if you do like that, if you don't mind the kind of the separation of the oil from the cheese, if you're okay with that as a consequence of heating it, but you get it warm, then go for it. But again, it made a big mess. I think beef tacos was the one I got that had this in it that I heated up, and it was just a mess. There was like oil all over the place. It wasn't worth it. So anyway, so kneading this, we're good here. So we can go ahead and put that down. See what else we got. We have an info card for cherry blueberry cobbler. So 210 calories. Let's see. More sodium, more cholesterol. That's what that is. So we must have a cherry blueberry cobbler in here somewhere. That's probably this. Yep. Cherry blueberry cobbler. Feels firm over here, gooey over here. There's probably some sort of like crust, like pie filling on this side, and then the cobbler cherry blueberry mix on this side. It looks like there's some sort of divider in here. Not sure if that's just from the bend or if that was intentional, but that's what this is. This I will absolutely stick in the FRH and warm this up. Okay, moving on. Let's see what we got here. We have carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder, orange. Okay, so it's once you hydrate it, is a 12-ounce beverage. So it is an electrolyte beverage, kind of like a Pedialyte kind of thing. That's pretty much what it is. Gatorade, kind of. Let's see, how much sugar do we have inside this? A lot. 22 grams of sugar, 44% of your daily allowance. 80 calories per package. You can see here. Again, more sodium, 120 milligrams, 5%. This one meal probably has 100% or close to 100% of all the sodium you're supposed to have in an entire day. Okay. So we will make that. We got chocolate chip cookie. Nice. 300 calories. How much sugar is in this? Boy. 20 grams of sugar. So between this and that cobbler, you have 80% of all the sugar you're supposed to have an entire day in one meal. Again, energy, right? These are people who are physically exerting themselves, they're out in the field. They need that energy, so they get it through sugars. I know what this is, beef bar. Yep, teriyaki beef stick. I've had this before. This is actually very good. It tastes kind of like a Slim Jim, or they have like those more, I guess I don't want to say better grade, but I will say it, kind of like a more higher grade beef stick that you get like at a truck stop or a gas station, something like that. That's what this is. It's really thick. You can kind of see how thick that is. So that's what's in here. Nutritional contents. Let's see, 110 calories, 3 grams of saturated fats, 320 milligrams of sugar of salt. 13% in just this pouch alone. But that's kind of what you get. Let's see how much protein you get in this. 8 grams of protein. Pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Italian breadsticks. 200 calories. Italian breadsticks, no cholesterol, 200 calories, 380 milligrams of sodium again, 17% of your daily allowance, 4 grams of protein, 20% calcium in here, 230 milligrams of calcium, so it must be enriched. 100 milligrams of potassium. It's only 2% though. So that's what's in here. The best part, arguably one of the best parts, MRE spoon. This is your eating utensil, the only eating utensil that you'll get in an MRE. They come in every single MRE. They all look exactly the same. Let's repack it. Preparation bag. Okay, so let me go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, the last couple items here, sticking with the food items, you'll get what's called an accessory packet. So this has all of like your coffee, sugar, salt, pepper, any kind of seasonings, hot sauce. You'll get naps, like little dry naps. These can be used as a napkin. They can be used as toilet paper, obviously. We're not going to use them as toilet paper as civilians, but that's what it was intended for. It comes with gum. And this one, because it's an older MRE, it still comes with coffee. The new MREs do not come with coffee. And in the YouTube comments of many of the videos I watched, a lot of people kind of feel that's kind of a disappointment. However, I've actually seen some active service members comment in some of the videos saying that most of the current service members are actually drinking energy drinks now. Most don't drink coffee anymore. There's only a few, probably more of the older people are still drinking the coffee, so they got rid of it. Now, where they're getting the energy drinks, I don't really know. Obviously, you can see here, this doesn't come with an energy drink. Maybe the military provides energy drinks to their service members. It would make sense. If I were out physically exerting myself in a war zone and I wanted my soldiers to be the most effective I could possibly make them, then giving them energy drinks, however many that they need, that's safe, then that's something as a commander or somebody in the military with any sort of authority, I would definitely provide that to them. It's not something that they necessarily need in the MRE. Also, I would assume that if you do want coffee, you could probably just get the coffee packets, not have to wait for the MRE food meal, so not have to wait until mealtime to get your coffee. Also, if it's dinner time, you're generally not going to want coffee because you're going to want to go to sleep. So you're going to take this coffee package, you're going to put it in your backpack, you're going to put it in some sort of pocket, and you're going to save it for breakfast or some other meal during the day when you're getting a little tired. So I got to think that's probably what they thought, is that they're not trying to chimp out, they're not trying to be cheap, they're not trying to cost reduce, because I can't imagine that this tiny little packet of coffee makes any bit of freaking difference on an MRE for the US military when their budget is trillions of dollars. It's more that, listen, if they want coffee, they can just have as much coffee as they want. They probably have entire boxes of freeze-dried coffee, and the soldiers can just take it as they will, or they have energy drinks available to them that they can just take as much as they want. So that's what I'm going to go with. If you are a service member and that my idea or my thoughts on that is not correct, please correct me in the comments below. I would love to hear what the real reason is for that. But anyway, we do have coffee in here, so we'll go ahead and open this up. I'll show you kind of what's in here. Okay, so first item we have is the freeze-dried coffee, Bill's Brew. It is freeze-dried. Honestly, it's really not that bad. It says, I think, add 6 ounces of coffee or 6 ounces of hot water to this. So you have to boil the water first. You add this to 6 ounces of water and absolutely 100% make sure it's like 6 ounces or less. If you go a full 8 ounces on this, it tastes really bad. It tastes like, doesn't even taste like coffee. Kind of tastes like chemically with a slight hint of coffee. It's not very good. So make sure 6 ounces or less on the coffee. That there. Here's your toilet paper. So this is actually packaged by, you can see it says here, for the blind and visually impaired in San Francisco, California. So it's very cool. They're taking people who are handicapped, that have no, say, other way of getting meaningful, gainful employment, and they're packaging these little packets for the soldiers. I think that's really cool. So this comes out like this. Let's see. And there you go. That's what that looks like. Again, you can use this to wipe your hands. You can wipe your butt with it. You wipe your nose. You can use it as tissue for sneezing, whatever that you need. I'm sure the soldiers will take this and then tuck it into their pack. Okay, that's what. Obviously, we don't need that, so we'll just go ahead and stuff that in there. See what else they give you. This is your creamer. Your non-dairy creamer for your coffee. Calories. Basically just corn syrup, coconut oil, so sugar. That's what's in there. I don't generally use this. I like my coffee black, so I don't generally use these, but you get one anyway. Salt packet. It is 4 grams. Splenda. You get a packet of Splenda for your coffee. No sugar. So no regular sugar. I guess they figure there's enough sugar in this MRE that you don't need any more sugar. Get moist towelette. So obviously if you're out in the battlefield or you're out doing patrols or whatever it is, your hands are going to get dirty. They give you this so that you can clean your hands. And another staple of MREs is the MRE gum. So it's a spearmint gum. That's what this is. Okay. Okay, so these 2 bags. So what are these 2 bags? Well, the first one is for measuring out your FRH. So this is, you would put water in here up to the line that it says on your FRH, how much water you need. And then you take this and then you pour it in your FRH. Because we have a water bottle, so we're not going to use this. But that's what this is. And last but not least, this is your flameless ration here. In here, there's like a heat packet. So this is kind of like those hot hands kind of things, except a lot more violent, let's say. It gets a lot hotter. You definitely wouldn't want to put this in your pocket and have your hands in there. It'd probably give you 3rd-degree burns. But anyway, so that's what this is. How this works is you rip the top off, take your water, you pour your water in, and then you stick the MRE in here, and then you push it down to the bottom. So you can see the instructions here. That's kind of how it works. So this this sleeve right here, this is that cardboard sleeve I was telling you about. So then this gets folded over, goes into here, and then you prop it up. You prop it up because you don't want that hot water coming out of here. That water is boiling hot, and I'm not joking. It is actually boiling in here. If you get a newer one, some of the FRHs, they seem like these things expire real quick, because I've had ones that barely even heat up the meal, and I've had other ones that, I mean, it's like boiling over almost. It gets so hot. So very consistent depending on how old these things are. But that's what that is. And let's go ahead and get this started. I am absolutely starving, so I want to get this going here. Okay, so this is the blueberry cobbler, and this is the main. Okay, so these are the two items we're going to put into the FRH. First things first, there's a tear notch. See that right there? Hold on one second. Okay, so we got our water boiling because we're going to need that for coffee. And again, like I said, do not, if you buy one of these MREs, do not use this in a closed place. Make sure you have plenty of ventilation, or just don't use it at all. You can just take these pouches and you can just stick them in a pot of water and boil them. Get them nice and hot through the boiling water from your stove, and then take them out and open them. You don't need to use this. This is just for if you're camping, if you're out, if you're a soldier in a war field, you don't have or don't want to create a fire and boil water. Make these, you'd use something like this. Now I'll use it one, to demonstrate how it is used, and I just like the experience of using one of these things because it's kind of cool. But they are dangerous. They do have a warning on here. Vapors released by the activated water contain hydrogen, like I said, which is flammable. Do not place an open flame in the vapor. Vapors released by activated here can displace oxygen. So that's displacing oxygen in the air in your lungs when you breathe it in, and can suffocate you. When 10 or more heaters are used inside of a vehicle, it shows a ventilation system. Don't care. If you're using one of these, make sure you have plenty of ventilation in your room, your windows open, you have fans going. You'll smell it. There is a smell that comes out of this, so you'll know right away if you're just releasing tons and tons of hydrogen into your house. Hot water liquid can burn. Like I said, these things do get to boiling temperatures. So if you get this on your skin, if you pour the water on yourself, you could burn yourself very, very bad. So again, I don't recommend using these unless, one, you know what you're doing, two, you have no other choice. You're camping, you're out somewhere. If you can avoid using this, do, and just boil the packets in hot water. After heating, the heater bag and MRE pouch will be very hot. Yes, these pouches do get very, very hot. They cool off pretty fast, especially because I got fans running and windows open. These things do cool off really, really quick, but still just be careful. Do not drink the water. Obviously, do not drink the water from this thing. It's not potable once you put it in here and it's boiling. The water actually gets absorbed into this packet mostly, but there is still some residual water. I also will take it even a step further, is have a paper towel, a rag or something with you, and wipe these off. So when you take them out, wipe them off so that you get all of that water from the FRH off of this and it doesn't get mixed into your food. Okay. Anyway, let's get this going. So go ahead, give this a tear. That this up. And what I like to do here is pull the heater back, which it does tell you to do that in the instructions. Just pull it all the way back. I pull it back to this line right here, which is kind of, I guess, the ground of the little rock there. That's kind of where I kind of like try to line it up. Okay. Then I take the main. Oh, that's our water boiling. Be right back. Okay. So we have our about 6 ounces of boiling water here from the coffee pot. We will go ahead and get our coffee going. That's going to cool off real quick. That's what that looks like, freeze-dried coffee. Smells... This doesn't smell quite like coffee. So it's actually really not that bad. Just dump that right in there. That away. Then we'll take our MRE spoon. Go ahead and give that a stir. There, so we don't end up dumping water all over our desk. That taste. Perfect. Yes. Good. Again, I don't put the creamer in, but if you wanted to add cream, you could. Creamer packet. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this food warming. All right, so we're gonna go put our main. So the only one I put inside the packet is the main. Now I do want to heat up the cobbler, but I will not put the cobbler inside the packet. What I'll do is I'll put the cobbler on the outside of the packet on the side that the heater is on. So of course when I put the packet in here, the heater is going to be on top, right? So this side is going to get hot, but the main is on the bottom. So this will then go on top here, and that way I got both sides of the heater working to get both items hot. So that's kind of how that works. Again, follow the instructions. Heater's on top, pouch goes behind the heater. Put that in there. So we keep that heater up there. Now, when I first was doing this, I wanted to center the heater on the packet. Okay, on the pouch, I mean. Do not do that. If you notice in the instructions, see the heater there? The heater is actually biased towards the bottom of the pouch. Right there. So what we'll do, so the bottom of the pouch is like right here. So we'll go ahead and push this down until we get all the way to just about the bottom of that, of the food packet. Okay, and then again we'll move this up so that the bottom of the pouch is above this line right here. And the reason we're doing that is because we don't want the pouch of food and the heater to displace any of the water down here. Because as you can see, in big caps, do not overfill. So we don't want this to displace any of the water when we put this in here, because then if we do that, it'll fill past this line and we will actually add not enough water. So we're going to leave this up like this. What I do is I grip it with my hand so that it doesn't slide down. Then we'll take our FRH water, which is our room temperature water, and we'll add just a tiny bit. You can add more, you just can't take it away once it's in there. So we're going to add just a little bit of water. Okay. And a bit low. Good. Okay. So you're probably not going to be able to see this, but it's full to about here, about the low line. Yeah, probably perfect, right between the two lines. That's where I got it. You really can't see. If I tip it, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So just trust me on it. It's about right here. Now what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll release our finger and let it fall down. See how I did that? And I'll actually push that heater down with my thumb and my finger and push it down. So I'm getting that heater all the way to the bottom. All right. Now, it's going to get hot real quick, so we got to do this quick. Next thing you do is you fold this over the side that has the MRE on it. So you go like this. All right. This side. Then you take your pouch, pop your pouch open, and you stick your MRE heater and your MRE into the pouch. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten the cobbler. This is going to go in here like this. Okay. Seal this up. And it's getting hot already. I can feel it. Okay, so now we got that. So now our heater is on the bottom here. Okay, so we're going to take our cherry cobbler and we're going to stick our cherry cobbler underneath the MRE like this. See how that goes? Now, what we have is we have an FRH sandwich. We have our main on the top, heater in the middle, and our cobbler on the bottom. Okay? Now I'll kind of give it a little like this, kind of move these things around a little bit, get that water going, get that FRH going. Move this around. Again, be careful. Don't spill it on yourself, because it's going to get hot real quick. Okay? And then we'll just put that down. Now, I know in the picture it showed it like propped up like this on a rock or something like that. Honestly, as long as there's an incline, okay, with this being lower than this end, you're fine. The water will stay on the bottom here. Plus, the heater is an absorbent pad, so it's going to try to absorb any water that's in there. You just don't want it to be tipped over to where it could leak out the sides here and get onto your table or burn you. Okay, so that's what we got going on here. We're going to put this now off to the side, and we're done with this water. All right, take a cup of coffee. Yes, that's good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make our electrolyte packet, Gatorade, Pedialyte, whatever you want to call it. So, we have our blender bottle. This has tear notch in it as well. See that right there? So grab that notch, give that notch a tear, gently open it. So you don't want to get that powder just floating all over the air and breathe the net stuff in. You can kind of even see it a little bit when I was going. The powder was kind of coming out of there. You just don't want to breathe it in. I mean, it's probably okay. It's just like Don't get stuff in your lungs. Now, here's what I do. So we'll set that off to the side. We're going to look in here. It says 12 ounces of water. Okay? 12 ounces of water. So our blender bottle has, it's hard to see, but our blender bottle has a scale here. So what we'll do is we'll take our water and we'll go ahead and fill this up to 12 ounces first. And I'll explain why I do the water first. Okay. That's 12 ounces. Okay, and then we'll take our pouch, and I do this because I don't want the dust getting everywhere. I'll take my hand, I'll put my hand over the top of the bottle. Okay, and I have a little slit over here, which is where I'm going to pour it in, and then I pour it in. I'm just trying to keep that dust inside the cup. I don't want it to get all over the place. It's like we got a little bit left in there. Okay. It's orangey. Okay, now we'll go ahead and we'll get our lid put on. Make sure this is nice and stamped tight. That. Lid on. Nice and tight. Alright, try our lid is on. Okay, and we'll give it a shake. That little ball that's in there, little spring ball that's in there, really is going to shake it and mix up that water, that orange beverage drink or electrolyte drink that we got in this one. Sometimes you get these little skinny little packets. They're like I don't know, they kind of like a little plastic tube, and those are your orange beverage drink, type 2, type 3. But this one came with the electrolyte drink, so we'll give this a try. I don't think I've had the orange electrolyte drink before. I had the beverage base, but I've never had this one. Okay, there we go. So we got that full. Alrighty. So put that off to the side there. Check our FRH, make sure it's nice and hot. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice and hot. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Give ourselves some room here. That off to the side. We don't need any of that. Creamer. Salt, we'll probably use that. Get our moist towelette out. Make sure our hands are nice and clean. Still have eaten 3-year-old meatballs. What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten? I got clean hands, got our plate, we're ready to go. Cheese spread kind of close to the FRH over there, just warm it up a little bit, just let's not get it too hot though. Like I said, it separates if you get it too hot. We have our chocolate chip cookie, we'll save that for dessert. We have our teriyaki beef stick. And our Italian bread, we're definitely going to want that. This is just our nutrition card. We can recycle that. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this. Alright, so opening up one of these packets. Again, tear notches along the sides here. All on the sides here. You see that? How that is. So you just kind of find a spot where you feel that you're not going to like start tearing into the food. You don't want to tear over the food, because as you go, the back side is going to start tearing the food. So you want to find a spot where there's no food, like up here at the top here. Kind of get right about there. Give it a pull, and then slowly open it up. It does take a little effort to get these things open. Again, they're not crazy. So that's kind of what it looks like on the inside. See that? Like a breadstick that hasn't been cooked all the way. Honestly, and it tastes the same. I've had these before. So we're gonna go ahead and take this, and we're gonna stick it underneath our FRH, and hopefully warm these up a little bit. That leaves our beef teriyaki stick. So we'll go ahead and open this up, give this a try. Now this one looks like it doesn't really have a tear notch here. There's no tear notch along the sides, but it does have the generic tear notch across the bottom here. It is U.S. inspected and passed Department of Agriculture, so USDA. Let's give this a try. Package inside of a package. And I knew what's going to happen. I've had this before, but and then it's just a normal thing you'd find like at a gas station, right? Truck stop. You know, this is Grayson Natural Farms teriyaki beef stick. Ingredients: beef, water, sugar, salt, soy flour, and wheat protein. Right. And nutrition was, I believe, on the package. How many grams of protein does this have? 8 grams of protein. So it's got your typical beef jerky, beef stick kind of opening thing going on here. Just peel it. Beef log. See how our hanging is coming along. Getting in there. This FRH is a little weak. When you get these things relatively new, steam will literally be coming out of here. It'll be spraying steam out of these sides, these little packets here. So look at this one, a little bit of air, oxygen in there. See if we can help that reaction along a little bit. See if we can get a little bit more heat out of this thing. Be able to heat up these sticks. Desiccant packet. Do not eat. Just keep moisture out. Give one of these a try. Yeah. Tastes like a It's like an undercooked, underbaked breadstick. It's very soft. It's got a lot of oregano, like a lot of oregano. It does taste like it's got olive oil. Can I see it? Maybe like that. Camera doesn't really pick it up. But it's darker right in here. And it looks like that's where they sprayed the olive oil. But as far as breadsticks go, I mean, you have to set your expectations correctly. If you watch MRE reviewers, they'll call this stuff savory and fantastic. No, absolutely not. If you're expecting a Olive Garden type breadstick out of an MRE, you're going to be woefully disappointed. This is on a scale of, say, the best breadstick you've had at an Italian restaurant. So I would say a perfect 10 for me is close to something you would get at either like a specialty grocery store. They have really good breadsticks. Olive Garden would be about your, like, say, 6 tier. This would probably be about a 2. It's edible, yes. So there you go. How's our FRH coming? It's trying. It's trying very hard to get warm. I mean, our cobbler is pretty warm. So let me just slide the cobbler down a little bit because it seems like the bottom of the packet is getting really hot, but the top is not. So let's just go ahead and give this a little bit more oxygen. Hopefully that'll speed up our little reaction. Our cheese spread is okay. I mean, it's probably room temperature. Speaking of room temperature, we better finish off this coffee. I mean, so coffee taste. If you've ever had instant coffee, if you're older like me, if you're as old as dirt like I am, and you've had that like 80s sprayed dry or freeze dried coffee that came in those tall plastic containers in the 80s that they'd have like in the office, that's exactly what this tastes like. I mean, right on. If you think that's disgusting and you've had that before and you're like, that is the most horrible coffee I've ever had, you're not gonna like this. For me personally, it actually kind of brings back memories of working, you know, back in like say the early, I mean, I'm not that old, so working in the early 90s, some of the places I work at, the factories that I worked at, they would have the instant coffee. They did not have hot coffee available for free to the employees. So all we had was the freeze-dried or the spray-dried coffee, and we would mix it. We would have the little hot water dispenser thing. It's got the little red thing on the top, the little red plunger. You'd go put your cup in it there, fill it with water, and then you'd stir it up. Then, of course, I was younger. Of course, I probably put as much creamer and sugar into my coffee as I did coffee. But nowadays, of course, being as old as dirt, I like my coffee to look and taste like dirt. So, I mean, as far as instant coffee goes, it is pretty much spot on. I would say the best instant coffee I've ever had, no, but far from the worst. So I say like 0 out of 10, 10 being the best I've ever had. this is probably like an 8. The worst being American Airlines decaf. So they don't brew decaf on American Airlines. They have the instant coffee for decaf. That stuff is absolutely the worst, horrible atrocity to your taste buds you could ever put into your mouth. It is the most disgusting stuff you've ever had. So that being a 0, and I would say like the old school 80s stuff being a 10, this is probably an 8. Okay, so our meal here should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and get that going here. I do keep 2 plates because, again, I don't want to mix the FRH onto the plate that I'm actually going to eat. So I will slide this over and bring this front and center. And we will go ahead and we will pull our main out of here. Be careful to keep the water inside the FRH. That's kind of what it looks like. Cobbler is actually pretty warm. Top is freezing cold. Bottom is piping hot. Same. The side that was deep inside the FRH is warm, and this is lukewarm. So this FRH is expired. It's not heating very well anymore. So now, be careful. Again, don't use these unless you really know what you're doing. But what I do is I'll take this and I'll start rolling this up. What I want to do is I want to make sure I don't get any of that water to escape from here. So that goes in there like that, okay? And keeping this side up. I'll then take my garbage packet and keeping it upright, stick it into here. Now that's in there. This is a sealed container, so I don't have to worry about any of the water leaking out of it. This will then go into the trash like this, okay? All right, so let's get this going here. So this is the cobbler. This is the main. Next thing I do, like I said, let's get this nice and dry. Make sure we get all of that residue from that heater off of here. This wasn't actually inside the packet. So this one shouldn't be too bad, but since I put it on this plate, I will still wipe it off. So this one's ready to go. Put that over here. This off. Go ahead and set this plate aside. Towel. Bring our meal back. Okay. Cherry cobbler. It's over here. Let's get our main out. All right. And so first thing I'll do is I want to get all the liquid to the bottom of the packet. That's so that when I rip this open, I don't go and get this all over the place, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fingers, I'm just going to kind of push this down like that. Shake it, make sure you get all that stuff towards the bottom of the packet, okay? So down here. Now, there are tear notches on both sides. One there and one there. See them? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear off the tear notch, and then we're going to pull this slowly across. What you want to do is you want to keep the tear going just along the seam here. You don't want to go across like this, or kind of like this. You want to keep it nice and straight. And I'll show you why if I get this open. Okay. Slowly. Just kind of give this a nice pull. The other side, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. So we're all the way to the end here. And I'm just going to pull this end off. Take that, throw it in our trash, and we're good to go. Like big old meatballs in there. Marinara. I mean, it looks good, right? It looks like something you'd get out of like a college dining hall, cafeteria at work, something like that. And honestly, it is, in my opinion, on par with something like that. So it's going to be something that is quality-wise similar to fast food, dining hall food. If you like that kind of thing, if you remember the days of being in college, and hitting a dining hall, and you enjoyed that food like I did, then you're going to enjoy something like this. If you have a sophisticated palate, this is going to be dog vomit. So just set your expectation accordingly when you eat something like this. You watch YouTubers who review these things, they're going to use words like exquisite, savory. No, no, it's not. Okay. I mean, again, I'm 50. I've eaten in many different restaurants. I've had everything from dog food all the way up to 5-star, Michelin star kind of places. This is gonna be down by, I would say, Michelin star restaurant a 10, and say freeze-dried, rehydrated dog vomit that you get in those camping MREs at a camping store as being a 0. This is gonna be around a 2, maybe a 3. Okay, but it's good. I've had some of these that are so bad, chat, I can't even finish them. The pizza, oh my god, the pizza. Yes, I know it's probably a morale booster. Give this a little bit of a stir, make sure we get that heat evenly distributed. The pizza is a morale booster, absolutely. But oh my god, chat, that stuff is absolute dog food. It's terrible. It is so dry and so undercooked. Now, I've had the cheese pizza and I've had the pepperoni. Both of them are disgusting. Next time I get one, I don't have one in this order, but next time I get one, I'm gonna actually take it and I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'm gonna cook it, because like these breadsticks, these things are so undercooked. They're like dough. They're not even. No. It's like they just kind of maybe warmed it a little bit and then stuck it into the pouch. If I were a soldier and I was out on the field and I was in a situation where I wasn't worried about getting discovered, say I was out on a patrol or training, was not in an active battlefield where I could create a fire and not have to worry about giving away my position, I would absolutely make a fire and cook these and roast them or something. They just are not. They're just not cooked. They're raw. But you can go ahead and dip them in here. Pretty good. It's not terrible. But they definitely need to be. Something needs to happen. These things need to be cooked. Now, unlike most people, you may see do these reviews, I actually don't take the main out of the packet and put it onto the plate. I leave it in the packet and eat it from the packet. Why I do that? Because I can and I want to. That's why. I don't have really a reason. I just that's good. Yeah. No. I mean, the sauce is not hot. It's tangy. It's got a lot of tomato paste in it. Not a lot of seasoning. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of flavor, but Let's get some of that sauce. Did you see this? Hopefully that doesn't gross you out, sorry. But, I mean, it's pretty good. It's not terrible. Again, it tastes, chat, it tastes like dining hall marinara and meatballs. It's exactly what it tastes like. College, dining hall, high school. You know what? No, I'll say this is better than what you get in high school. At least my high school, when I grew up, that stuff was absolute dog food. This is better than that. This is, I would say, college tier cafeteria food. It would be or maybe like a factory cafeteria quality. Look at this, see? Look at this, how this gets everywhere. Be really careful. Get this stuff all over yourself if you're not careful. I am making a mess here. So, I mean, I know I kind of crapped on it earlier. Like, well, you know, Michelin star, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, look at this. Look at this. Piece of tomato. Look at that. That is a giant chunk of potato. Tomato. Potato. Whatever. It's a very big chunk of tomato right there. Very nice. You see the meatball here? I'll try to get one of these out. Try to clean up this spoon so it doesn't gross you out too much. But that's kind of what the meatball looks like. You can see it in comparison to my hand size. Trying to keep my hand at the same distance from the camera as the meatball, so you can get a kind of a idea of how big it is. But yeah, mini meatballs. It gets cold really fast. I'm sitting here yapping away, and my meatballs are getting cold. Is this a Italian meal to make your mom jealous? No. This is an Italian meal that would make your mom cry. Be like, why are you eating that? Why? Why are you eating this, huh? You don't like my food? What's the matter with you? You don't like my food? Your mother would be so disappointed in you. My mother-in-law is Italian, like from Italy, from Cosenza, south part of Italy. She would be mad at me. I hope she doesn't. No, I know for a fact she doesn't watch YouTube. Because she'd be mad. What's the matter with you? Does your wife not cook for you? You gotta eat that garbage? Uh-huh. Jess? I don't know if Jess is watching. I assume she's not, if she hasn't chatted. Jess is a nurse at a VA hospital. Actually, she's a supervisor. And she makes fun of me. Her, my wife. They make fun of me for eating these things. They say, you're so stupid. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I'm a man. And men are stupid. You do stupid things. But I'm okay with that. Yeah, the breadsticks are. These things are just. These things are just terrible. They need to be in the oven for another, say, 10 minutes. Say like 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And just brown them. Just brown these suckers up. Because it's like uncooked. dough thing with way too much oregano. Holy moly. So much oregano. Well, we still have the cheese spread. I am not, honestly, chat, I am not really clear exactly what they expected you to do with this. I guess you could have put this on the breadsticks, but you already had something. You already had this to dip the breadsticks in, so, I mean, you're gonna put this on your breadsticks? What's the matter with you? You know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna stick this on this thing here. I'm gonna actually put some cheese spread on my beef stick. Because that's how I roll, From the South. I like my beef sticks. This no joke. Chat, no joke. This is actually really good. This is a very high quality beef stick. I hope that's not mold. Smells smoky. Smells like. You know what it smells like, chat? It smells like. It smells like the beef jerky counter at Buc-ee's. Oh, that's good. And if you don't know what a Buc-ee's is, I'm really sorry to hear that. Because Buc-ee's is the greatest thing mankind has ever created. It is by far. It's heaven. It's heaven. Buc-ee's is heaven. If I die and I go to heaven, it will be the inside of a Buc-ee's. I will live for eternity at Buc-ee's. If I'm gonna have a heart attack and die, I hope it's at a Buc-ee's so that I can haunt the place. But anyway, let's get this cheese spread out here. So cheese spread, how to do this? Again, we want to get all the cheese spread down to the bottom. We're gonna open it from this side. We want to get the cheese spread down here. Otherwise, when we open this, it's gonna get all over the place. All right. So this side here, you say tear here. You'll pull it from this side. You got about a 50-50 chance that this is going to work. Half the time, this is going to rip. Half the time, you're going to use your teeth to create a tear notch in here. If anyone from the military is watching this, which I'm sure you're not, but if you are, will you please, for the love of God, put a tear notch here? Or at least put that triangular cut across the bottom here so that we can cut this, because this is brutal. This, I guarantee you, the soldiers are using their knives to cut this, which then just introduces bacteria and stuff into the food, possibly. So anyway, enough of that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to tear here. Now, you'll see people tear it here and then do the little triangle across and then kind of squirt it out like a little squirt cannon. That's actually from... Okay, so I read a lot of the comments. The videos that I watch on YouTube, and you'd be surprised how many service members actually comment on the videos about all the different ways of doing this kind of stuff. Now, I read a couple people who had said that you're supposed to tear this all the way across, and then this opens up like a packet, and then that's where you get the cheese out, and then you squirt the cheese out like this. Okay, not like a squeeze bottle. Now, I don't think ripping it across here is a bad thing to do. It's just intuition that I think as kids we've grown up that's what you do. You tear it off here so you get the little opening and you can squirt it out. But I believe them. I think because of the way that this is designed and the fact that it does say tear here all the way across, that is actually what was intended. You are supposed to tear this all the way across here and then open this up like a packet so that you can then roll this over on itself and squeeze all of that cheesy goodness out of here, right? And I'll show you what I mean. So, 50-50 chat. Nope. Try the other side. Nope. We're grating a tooth chipper Carnage with our teeth. Let's see what I did there. I just use my teeth, create a little tear notch there. And then we will slowly roll this back on itself. Like this. Slowly. Slowly. Making sure we get it open all the way down. That MRE. Okay. See how this opens now? Those chunks of jalapeno in there. See that? Whole chunks. Alright. This is how I think you're meant to actually open this. Yep. Velveeta. It's Velveeta with jalapenos. I'm gonna take my beef stick. Myself a big old chunk of cheese. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That is getting some cheese on there. Velveeta and jerky. Pretty good. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, that's real good. Big old chunk. I do like the fact that it blocks out the chewing. So you're not hearing me chewing. But I am. That's pretty good. Some of that orange electrolyte drink. Wow, that's spicy. I mean, I like spice. I mean, I get wings with like nuclear sauce on them. So I like it hot. I like it really hot. This is good. This has got some real serious spice to it. So if you don't like spice, careful this. Okay. Oh wow. That's not good. That's not good. Tastes like medicine. Tastes like Robitussin. Yeah. Oh god. That's not good. Oh man, that's really bad. Oh. It literally tastes like drinking Robitussin. Oof. Okay, let's try our cookie here. Chocolate chip cookie. Again, got a triangular cut. Tear notches are on the side here. Try to get a spot where we're not going to tear our cookie in half. So it looks like we got a nice space on that side. Go ahead and give it a rip right here. Just slowly split open our cookie. And gotta be aggressive with it. All right. Takes every bit of that pouch. Just skip packet, I think. Big, huge pieces of chocolate in there. That's really good. It's in our trash bag. He's done. Got a little bit of coffee left. It's good. You know what would have been nice too, now that I think about it, was to take the cookie and dip it in the coffee. That probably would have been really good. Like a Italian cookie, and dip it in your espresso. That might be good. I'll try that next time. Of course, let's see if we can finish off this meatball marinara. Yep. Pretty good. It's pretty good if you set your expectations correctly. Yeah. Right. That. Sauce is gonna get everywhere if you don't. You put that back in your little MRE bag. What I mean by that is this bag right here. You can see I'm putting all my stuff in here. Keeps everything together nicely. These things I will go ahead and recycle that. So leave that out. Let's get our peach cobbler open. First, let's mix it around a little bit. Make sure we get that warmth evenly distributed. Get that cobbler out. Cobbler with a cookie. Okay. Standard MRE pouch. Got a notch here. Notch here. You're going to want to squeeze everything down so you don't squirt it all over yourself. And then we're going to grab it from here and we're going to slowly tear it across. It's halfway. Must be like a thick plastic in the middle. Okay. And then again, so we don't get this all over ourselves, pinch it over here, and we'll just tear this notch off. Right. Now, get this out. I do want this on the plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. Use my finger here. Go across. And then I'm going to start folding this on top of itself. What this is going to do is just going to get all that goodness out of there. rolling it on top of itself, and then squeezing across. Roll it, and then use your fingers to squeeze it across. All right. Actually, that's a blackberry. Cherry blueberry. Cherry blue. Okay. Again, the key to enjoying an MRE is setting your expectations correctly. If you expect this to be the best color you've ever had, you're going to be disappointed. If you expect this to be terrible, if you expect it to be like what you would get out of like a camping MRE, then you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So let's give this a taste. Yeah. It's not overly sweet. It does have crust. That's kind of just mixed in. You can kind of see it there. Crust. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's not the best cobbler I've ever had in my life, but it's pretty good. He's all right. It's dry. It's pretty good. I could complain. Too much. All right, folks. Well, overall, this was actually a really good MRE. The meatballs, the marinara was very good. Coffee is like, again, if you like that kind of coffee or you don't mind that kind of coffee, freeze dried coffee. Coffee was actually really good. I enjoyed that. There's a lot of salt in this meal. So if you're on a low sodium diet, do not eat this. This is an atrocity. This orange electrolyte drink is absolutely disgusting. It tastes like just, I don't know. It doesn't taste like orange Gatorade or anything. I mean, it's got this chemical, like, medicine-y, kind of just off-putting taste to it. I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad that the soldiers have to drink this. This is disgusting. I mean, maybe if you add some sugar or something to it, I mean, we can try. I mean, I'm not gonna drink this, so we might as well just try something. Let's just dump that Splenda in there and see if that helps. We'll take the Splenda and we'll just dump the Splenda in there and shake it up, and maybe that'll help because it's terrible. And like I said, I'm used to eating these. I've had probably a dozen of these things already, these MREs, so I know what to expect. I've had orange beverage base, type 3, type 2, or whatever it is. I've had the strawberry, and they're fine. They're not the best, but they're fine. This is terrible. I mean, second to settle. This, though, this cobbler is actually pretty good. It's not super sweet, which is what I like. I don't like things that are ultra sweet. I'm a fan. Yeah. It's actually very good. If I had to have a cobbler, I would probably rather it be like this. I wish it had a little bit more flavor, like a fruit flavor. The flavoring is it's very bland, but the sweetness is just right. There's pecans in there. Got cherries, pecans, milk. So if you're allergic to milk, don't eat this. You're lactose intolerant. Salt, vanilla, alcohol, eggs. Again, you gotta be careful of allergies. Blueberries, lemon juice, ethanol alcohol, contains egg, milk, soy, pecans, and wheat. Yeah, so if you have a gluten allergy, you don't want to be eating this. Overall, it's pretty good. Try this now. I'm almost afraid to try it. This is so bad. Just doing my cobbler here. It smells like an orange cough drop. Oh no. Oh god, it's so bad. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, chat, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Oh god, I have that horrible medicine flavor in my mouth. Oh god. It's like ruining my cobbler flavor now. Like, it's actually making my stomach a little queasy. That's absolutely horrible. How could you taste that? When you were making this MRE, how could you taste that and be like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Ship it. I'm gonna go ahead and send that out. That tastes good. Yeah, no. Note to self: menu 8, meatballs and marinara sauce. Throw the orange electrolyte stuff right in the trash. That was just not good. It pretty much ruined it otherwise. Really good MRE. Well, folks, there you go. Menu 8, meatballs and marinara sauce. US MRE. Date of manufacture, 35th day of 2022 or 2012. Overall, pretty good. It's good one. I would eat that again. I would never drink this orange garbage again, but definitely enjoyed the meatballs and marinara sauce. MRE gum is good. Good stuff. Helps get that medicine taste out of your mouth. That can go right in the trash. But anyway, chat, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this review of the MRE menu number 8, meatballs and marinara sauce. If this is something you enjoyed, you like this kind of content, you like watching these, I do all kinds of different things. I think I've got something for everybody on my YouTube channel. I've got Let's Plays. I've got paranormal discussions, being a paranormal investigator myself for 20 years. Now I got MRE reviews. I'm going to be doing some reaction content on, topics, news topics and things like that I think would interest Gen Xers like myself. A lot of content coming in 2025. I usually have an AI assistant who, if you were here during the live stream, you would have noticed in chat, Sylvie Chat is actually an AI co-host that I use. And when I do Let's Plays or other videos and things like that, you'll see where sometimes in the screen, either here in the corner over here or the corner over here, I actually will have a digital avatar of my AI assistant actually participating with the chat. Also, I will show my face when I do my Let's Plays and stuff like that. Actually, I can do that now. There I am. I do not hide my face. If this is the first time you're watching me, I do stream my image up in the corners or whatever kind of thing. Probably on later tonight, I'll be recording my 2024 best horror games of 2024. I'll be recording that on Twitch Live, and then the YouTube video will go up on my YouTube page. Hope you check that out. Again, if you enjoyed this, or this is something you're interested in, or kind of content that I make, which the kind of content I make is more geared for us, I'll say, middle-aged people, Gen Xers. You're not going to get a lot of like stuff out of me. I'm just not like that. I kind of try to do this, try to entertain you, try to keep you interested, but not at the same time. I'm not interested in, being a buffoon on stream or in my YouTube videos. So if this is the kind of content you like, or if you want to hang out with me, you want to talk to me, want to be friends on Discord, play games together, that's why I do this. It's really hard to keep friends on the internet, just because a lot of people's their lives change, and I've had lots of friends come and go. Also, I move a lot, so I don't, usually keep a lot of friends like in real life because I'm constantly moving. I move all over. I've moved probably 5 times already, so I build close relationships with friends, and then I end up moving. So I'm hoping to meet more people. That's why I do this. So if this is something you like, check out my YouTube channel at YouTube/Sylph. You can also check me out on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Sylph, SILEFF. I will be streaming there. I stream probably, on average, probably 4 times a week. And all kinds of different things. Usually horror games. I like horror games a lot. And I think it makes for good content. I think people enjoy watching that kind of stuff. And really, I'm going to play something that I both enjoy doing as well as people enjoy watching. There's no point in recording something that either I hate or people who would even give me, the opportunity of, even a second of their time to watch me would even be interested in, right? So that's a little bit, that's what if you're interested in, follow below. Really appreciate follows. I am trying to get to affiliate. Now, here's the thing about me too. Affiliate, right? I'm not doing it because I could give 2 shits about Twitch and their fucking money, right? I don't care. I'm okay. I'm alright. I also don't do YouTube because I give 2 shits about YouTube and monetization. I really don't care. Here's why I want to be affiliate. Because they won't let me put emotes, and I can't even do a lot of the cool things that you can do on Twitch because they lock it behind affiliate, which I think is like, why? Why not just why can't I have emotes? Why can't I have like viewer tokens or whatever those things are called? Like, I don't know, it seems kind of stupid, right? I mean, I get like the monetization stuff, right? So you want somebody who's taking this seriously, right? If you're going to start paying them. I don't want your money. I don't want your money, Twitch. You can keep it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to put the time and effort into this to try to be, Asmongold or Moist Critical or Ninja Fasu or whatever the hell those people are. I look at me. Look at me. You think I care? I mean, I'm so old. By the time I could become a Twitch streamer like that, I'd probably be dead. So I'm doing this because it's fun, right? I want to meet people, and I want the emotes because I don't give them to you. You don't have to subscribe to me. I just give them to you. I mean, as soon as I have the thing where I can do the emotes, I'm just gonna give you the emotes. You don't have to subscribe to me. There's no gonna be the little thing where that like locks out their emotes. Just give them to people. Like what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just unlock them. I mean, if people are gonna subscribe to you, they're not gonna subscribe to you because you got silly little emotes. They're gonna subscribe to you because they like you. They like you entertain them. You're somebody who they relate to, somebody they enjoy spending their time with. Not because you have some silly emote thing that goes woo and makes little things scroll across the screen. I don't get it. That part I don't get. Now the channel points thing I think is cool, right? The more you watch, the more you could do things, right? So that I get, right? That I think you should put like amount, like certain good amounts. Like you should reward people for spending their time with you, not their money, but their time, because their time is way more valuable than their money. Way more. I don't care what anyone says. Believe me, I've been on this earth for almost half a century now, and your time is worth way more than your money. Believe me, because no matter how much money you make, when your clock is done, when your time is up, it's up. And no matter how much money you have, doesn't matter if you're living under a bridge or living in a billion-dollar mansion, when that clock runs out, you're done. So your time, anyone who spends even a second, you spend 4 seconds watching me, I appreciate every single one of those seconds you watch me. You chat one time in my chat. You put one word in there, say hi. You've done more than I expect of anyone. So, this is actually pretty good. I should probably record something that like this as an intro video for Twitch or YouTube. Just kind of let people know who I am, what I'm trying to do here. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I spending my time doing this? Because I think most people think, it's another Twitch streamer, another person trying it. Well, thinks they're going to be the next superstar. No, the amount of time and effort you have to put into this, I mean, insane. Because if you don't, somebody else will. The amount of time and effort you got to put into this to even have even a glimmer of hope that you're gonna hit big. I was looking through lists to see like Twitch streamers and YouTubers, like the people that I watch, people that I really think are really good. Like I watch like Markiplier, I watch Manly Badass Hero, Some Ordinary Gamer, Ice Cube Garage. I started watching a guy, Case O, like reincarnation of Chris Farley. Holy crap, that guy is absolutely hilarious. I mean, he's a younger guy, and usually I'm kind of hesitant about new people that kind of came out of nowhere. No, his YouTube channel started in 2011. He's been doing this for a long time. Look at Markiplier, 10 years. Looking at Ice Cube Garage, 10 years. You're looking at pretty much anyone who's like made any kind of money in this. At least the people that I watch anyway, they've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't seem like this is a kind of thing where you're gonna just start streaming and then a year later you're gonna start pulling in six figures. No, not unless maybe if you hit like a niche, you hit something like just perfect, right? You start streaming content about something, or you start making YouTube videos about something that is extremely trendy. And you just hit it at just the right time, but then it's not sustainable, right? Because then people, they kind of get to know you as something, as the guy who does that. Like I was watching this guy. His name is crap. What's his name? What's his name? The guy who does the admin stuff for. He does the admin stuff for Rust. Komomo. That's it. Komomo. So people know him as the guy who is the admin for Rust, who goes around and like catches hackers, cheaters, and stuff. He's great. I enjoy watching him. But the problem is, that's all people know him as, right? And I noticed that he was starting to stream games, right? He's starting to just do something else. Nobody's watching him. I mean, he usually would have like 500, 600 people watching him, right? When he does his admin stuff. And he was like streaming some other game or something like that. I don't know what the fuck it was playing. There's like 50 people. 50 people. I mean, well, that's the problem with it, right? Is that if you catch kind of your thing, your niche as somebody, you got to do it forever. Like you're stuck. Or like I watch Insim. He does horror games, right? And he's done great, right? He was kind of known as like the Phasmophobia guy. But he really branched out into other horror games. He stays in the same genre, right? So he stays in that whole, like, horror game kind of thing. He does very well. 5,000 people watch him consistently. So, but now if you were going to go play Microsoft Flight Simulator, he'd probably get 20 people watching him. Well, probably more than that, but a lot less. 5,000 people aren't going to watch. Horror fans of Instant are going to be watching him playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there's that too. You gotta be careful. If you're gonna do this, or you want to try to do this as like a career. Now, here's the thing with Komomo, right? So if Komomo, if he wanted to do something else, like something different, got to admin for a different game. Go admin for something else. There's a game called Scum, SCUM. It's an acronym for something. I don't know. I played it like during the pandemic, and it has a big same thing. It's like Rust, right? There's a lot of cheaters, so there's a lot of admins. Go admin for that. Go admin for, I don't know, whatever other game the kids are playing. You know, open world, first person shooter, base building, whatever thing. At least it breaks it up, right? So now you're not just doing Rust all the time. You're doing other games. And maybe that would help kind of like break up the monotony of just doing Rust every single fucking day. But yet staying in the same genre, staying in the same area, because that's what people know you as. They know you as the admin guy who goes and catches cheaters, and that's what they want to see. They don't want to see you play Fortnite. They don't give a fuck. They can watch 700 other people play. They probably have their Fortnite streamer, a person they watch who does nothing but play Fortnite. So you're starting over again. If you try to break into that game community, you're starting over again. I mean, yeah, you do have a little bit of an advantage because you already have kind of a dedicated following who watch you because of you, and they don't give a shit what you play. But that's a small percentage of the people who watch you. I watch a guy named Elbow Shoes Games. Same thing. He does what he wants. He streams what he wants, and I'm part of his dedicated community. I don't give a fuck what he plays. I don't care. I don't care what he plays. He can play anything he wants. I'll watch because I enjoy the community and I enjoy watching him. I don't care what game he plays. But when he plays popular games, when he plays like Borderlands, he gets way more viewers because people know him as the Borderlands guy. So when he plays Borderlands, he gets more viewers. But if that's what you're going for, if you're trying to get more viewers, then you should just play Borderlands forever, for the rest of your life, until people just don't care anymore and don't even watch it anymore. Play it forever and milk it. And then when Borderlands goes away, you'll go away with it. Or just do what you want to do. Play what you want and realize that you're only going to get a very small sliver of very dedicated people who are going to sit there and watch you every single day, every day, because they watch you for you, not for what you're playing. And I think that's what matters most. At least in the 15 years that I've been watching Twitch and YouTube, and I mean 20 years. I mean shit. I've probably been watching YouTube since the early days. So I mean, yeah, I haven't been a YouTuber, I haven't been a Twitch streamer, but I dabbled in Twitch streaming off and on. But I've been a part of the community for a very long time. So I see it. I see them come and go, right? I see them get real famous, and I see them burn out. And I see people who chase the money and get greedy and get canceled. And I see people who are they just grind it. They've been doing it for 12 years. And they are just killing it. I mean, they just put everything into it. They're usually, a lot of times they're single. A lot of times they're single. I mean, most of the people, if you look, I think PewDiePie was probably one of the few people that I saw that was in a relationship with somebody while he was becoming super famous. And then he got married, and that was it. That was it. He got married and just was gone. Yeah. This is not something, if you want to have a relationship and a family, not for you. But that's how it is with everything. 9 to 5 is the same way. The people who I see shoot up to the top, very few of them put their family before their work. Work is everything. Family comes second. But anyway, I'm going to go enjoy the beautiful weather outside here in North Carolina. It is gorgeous outside. I'm done. This was Silith. Really enjoy you were here. And if you really enjoy this content, you want to hear more, you want to see, hang out with me, follow down below. If you think this is something you're interested in on YouTube, these kind of videos, I make all kinds of different content. If you like that, like and subscribe down below. Would really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I will see you in a couple hours. Goodbye.